Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, bringing you another Scar Goes Hardcore episode. And today is moving in day. We're going to be finally moving into our amazing house that we've been creating the last few weeks. And yeah, so first we have to do a couple little things before we move in. And that is we need to get rid of our temporary shelter or slash tool shed that we've been occupying for some time, and we also need to move all of our resources into the house. And after that, we need to clean up the yard a little bit. I moved into a lot of houses, and the first thing you always seem to do after you move in is head outside and clean up the yard a little bit. You know, you got the overgrown lawn and such. So let's get to it here. We need to create a crafting room, and as some of you guys know, let's close this door. I'm going to be building a mega crafting room down here with an enchanting room and a way to get down to the future mine and such. But that will come in time. So we need a crafting room now. So we're going to build it upstairs. So there's my bedroom and here will be our crafting room. So let's see here. So how can we maximize our space in here to create a crafting room? It's kind of an awkward room here. We got sloped ceiling, we've got a window right here. The question is, let's see. Now this looks kind of like a prime spot for some shelves across here. So how about we do this like so? So it looks good. Yeah, I think that's about as high as I want to go. Let's see if we could fill in up here. Whoops, fill it up here a little bit. There we go. And I guess we could go one more up. No, we can't actually. Oh, I am wrong. Let's see if we can catch that. Come on, little buddy. Come on. There we go. All right. So let's say we take a half slab and come across here like that. Oh, that's gonna create that annoying little shadow. Well, we'll just have to leave it like that for now. And let's say we do another half slab here and we put a bench there. Okay, now we'll turn our attention to here. We need somewhere to smelt and craft. Can't really do it on the sides. That would look a little odd, so we'll have to do it straight on. So I guess we could just kind of go like that. And like that. And there we go. We've got ourselves a crafting room. So let's just put some lights in here. Put a light up there. Put lots of lights in here so we have lots of light. Okay, there we go. I think that's great. So let's come in here and just throw our extra in there. Because now we need to move in. So we need to move in all of our resources into our new crafting room. So I think I'm going to do this in super fast move in mode, where I'll move in all the resources and then we'll clean up the front yard. So let's jump into super fast moving in mode. End of super fast move-in mode. So let's take a second here and knock down our little temporary shed here. There we go. Let's get rid of this. There we go. We're almost all moved into our amazing house. So let's get this out of here and then we'll clean up this front yard, plant some flowers, make some little topiary trees, and make this place look a little more fancy. So before we get into that, I wanted to, let me grab a shovel first. I wanted to discuss a bit about E3. You know, E3, the convention that they have every year in the Los Angeles, and it's, you know, the Sonys and the Microsofts get up on stage and they talk about all their new stuff coming out. And yeah, so that's just about wrapping up, and it was a decent one. There was a couple interesting new titles from Sony with their kind of movie slash video game that looks kind of cool. And the other good one is, what is it called? Last Among Us or something? Where it's made by Naughty Dog, the guys who've made Uncharted and those ones. That looks pretty cool. There's even like a little crafting system in the game where you can create a med kit or some type of grenade. It looks pretty cool. And I like the survival aspect of it, that ammo is precious. You only have 3-4 shots, so you have to make it count. You know, in Call of Duty, we go through thousands of rounds and we don't think twice about it. So I kind of like that way they're going with the kind of survival to that. That looks pretty cool. What other games have I saw recently? Black Ops looks good, of course. Let's see. There we go. Got that taken out. So let's take a little nap, sleep through the night, and then we will start to make a super awesome garden out front. Oh, that was a good sleep. So let's get to the gardens. So we were talking about, let's grab some dirt from upstairs and we'll grab our flowers and miscellaneous things. So this is kind of my junk drawer at the moment. This is where I'm kind of storing everything that I don't have a place yet for. So that's why it's a bit unorganized, and I do not like unorganization, but it is what it is. Okay. I think that's good. We'll keep that just in case we need it. We'll grab that. So we're going to build a garden outside. That's our next mission. So let's grab some dirt because we're going to need to fill in a few areas. So grab that. Okay. So let's head back down and start our garden. So we got our front porch here. So let's fill in this area and go from there. So we were talking about games we saw. So some of those the games that were cool, and I'm sure the Microsoft guys, you know, are excited for their Halo. What else? What else is there? I could talk about some of the things that I wish they would announce. That's always fun. I'm sure some of these titles are a bit confusing, and you wonder why in the world Scar would ever want to see these things, but they're my dreams. And I think some of you guys might agree. So I would love to see, first off, I'm sure this is what everybody wishes. We could have seen what Respawn Entertainment's new game looked like, but another year. We're going to have to wait another year, it looks like. And the next game that I would have loved to have seen was Kingdom Hearts, what is it, 3 or 4? Something to be brought to the PS3 or Xbox. Not this handheld games that they've been peddling for the last few years. Where's the sequel? Where's the sequel? We want the sequel. And the next game I wish they would have announced, and this is the one that you guys are probably like, oh, Scar, and that is Roller Coaster Tycoon 4. I know it'll probably never be made, but I wish it would, and I would love someday to hear Roller Coaster Tycoon 4. It wouldn't be announced at E3 or anything because it's not a huge title, but I would love to see that game come back. Okay, so cleaning up our yard. Trying to think of any other cool games that I saw. Oh, I almost forgot. The game that looked the coolest of them all really was Ubisoft, I believe that's what they call themselves. Ubisoft's game, and that was... Where's my stairs? Oh, here it is. And that was Watch Dogs. That game looks really cool. It looks like, what I think it kind of looks like is a more realistic Grand Theft Auto type of experience. A little less of the kind of cartoony-ish that Grand Theft Auto sometimes represents a little bit in their graphics. There we go. Kind of took a departure from that slightly in Liberty City, but there we go. So in the future, we'll probably build a nice little staircase leading down to the main area of the land. But for now, we'll just have this nice little walkway like this. So let's do, let's see, cut out like this because we're gonna make some hedges. And there goes my shovel. Now I'm probably wasting a little bit of wood. I don't need to do this on everyone, but I just like even things. And I want to make sure this is nice and even. Right. Good. Okay, so now we'll just put a hedge across here. There we go. And we need to put some lights across here so we don't have, try to get as much snow away as possible. There we go. So let's see, let's jazz this up just a little bit more. And we can come out to about there. We can make our hedge a little bit wider here. There we go. There, nice. Okay, let's see, we could probably even go like that. There, I think that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So then in the future we'll have our nice little walkway coming up here, but for now it looks pretty good. So what else could we do? What else? We could try to think of anything else, any other cool things we could do. But we could always kind of line this up with, there we go, we can do that. Line that up with some nice flowers. Yeah. So let's come back over here. Do the same over here. There we go. Sweet. Nice. I think that looks pretty good. So now we got a nice little design going on there. Now let's see here. Hello. Looking over here for any other hedge work or trees that I could do, and I think that's probably it for now till we complete our little staircase down there. And there we go. The house is almost complete from the outside, and tell me what you guys think about it. Any suggestions you guys have to add this or that. Now all we need to do is add some furnishings into our living room, build our enchanting room and mineshaft and storage and crafting rooms down below. And up here is pretty much done for now. We've got my bedroom in here and our newly completed crafting room inside here. And well guys, I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe this video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you later.